Luke here from 4 Surfboards. Going to talk to you a bit about the Stoker 2, new for 2016. Absolutely buzzing on this thing. As a shape, it's been with me for a shaper for years. It's something I designed with Stokesy probably 6 years ago, and we've refined it every year, sort of to meet Stokesy's needs as a free surfer. That's the whole point in this board. It's a board that it's not made for a certain type of wave. It's designed for a certain type of surfing, that expressive surfing that's big, you know, big turns, big deep barrels, big airs. You know, it's one of those sort of boards. It's a do-as-all board. I don't think of it as a small wave board or a big wave board. It's just when you want to go in there and perform, this is the thing you want to get on for fun, basically. So the thing that makes the Stoker and will always remain is the continuous rocker and the deep single concaves combined with the flat deck. You'll notice from the dimensions of the Stoker that it's lower in thickness than most boards over the stringer for the amount of volume for the board. So that's because the thickness of the deck maintains throughout to the rail. It only bends down just to the rail just to put a performance edge on it. The continuous rocker and the deep single concave give you loads of straight line speed but loads of pivot in the pocket with the curves of the rocker. What we've done this year to improve it and to change it, it's probably the most dramatic changes we've made in 1 year, and that's 6 years ago when we invented it, it was about airs. It was about big airs, and now everyone wants to see big airs, but they want to see combos, they want to see rail work. It's where surfing's gone to. It's almost gone back to that rail game mixed in with air. So what we've done to keep the Stoker in line with that sort of high performance surfing is we've dropped the wide point back a bit, which has slightly narrowed the nose and put a little bit more curve through the back of the tail. We've then widened the tail ever so slightly and put a hip in the tail. It's only faint, don't know if it'll pick up from the camera, but what that gives you is a straighter rail through here and a hip area through here and a nice parallel section through here. So that gives you maintains forward drive, which utilises the single concave and the plan shape as well together, working together to get the single down the line drive, but it also gives you nice pivot on the tail to work well with the tail kick and the continuous rocker. So what that does is it gives you something with instant speed, something that works in the pocket with a lot of torque, so you can get the rail in and carve it. As a board, its nature is skatey, and that's sort of what we've done to the outline and in keeping with the rest of the Stoker is make it so it's a skatey, fun, easy to surf, uncatchable, unboggable board, but it's got that you can now lean on that rail and put a nice tidy carve in for how small the board is. It's working wonders. We've also refined the foam around this area. We've just thinned out the area sort of in between my two hands now. That's the kind of bit of the board that will always stay in the water, and it's just a bit lower, so it will help you bite into the water a little bit more. We've then pulled the tail back into a slightly wider than the Stoker usually had tail, but it's a squash tail, so it's got a little bit more curve here. Just again adds to a little bit more hold off the bottom. Kept the Stoker thruster set up with the back fin just further up. Again, it's just helping with initial speed, and when the waves are a bit smaller, it helps when you take your foot off the tail pad to get down the line speed. You know, when you're making your own speed with the board, then it just helps with that fin placement. We haven't changed anything on the fin placement. It's still the same as the Stoker was. That's it. You know, the video is going to speak for itself. It's fast, it's loose, it's uncatchable, it's continuous rockers, and it's now got a rail game added to it that we think is in keeping with what high performance surfing is today. So check it out. This is the 4th Stoker 2 with FCS2.